They're all we could afford. The Galactic Coast Power Hour. More with these two in just a minute.
When you're looking for a new home, John Wilkinson can help answer questions related to obtaining a mortgage lender up to finding and securing the best home for you. John will take your best interest as his own and provide valuable property and neighborhood information that is important to your family. Call John at 281-974-0739 or email him at john@jwgetsitsold.com to start looking for your new home.
Lamont Brands is a veteran-owned business serving the Houston, Clear Lake area and beyond. Their in-house capabilities include screen printing, embroidery, rhinestones, heat press transfers, and thermal flex design, as well as e-commerce solutions and on-site fulfillment. If you're looking to brand your business through custom apparel and or promotional products, Lamont Brands should be your first and only call. Lamont Brands is located at 920 Gemini in Houston. Give them a call at 281-286-7553 or visit them online at lamontbrands.com.
Tired of your typical realtor? Want a brokerage that provides exceptional customer service? Elizabethtown Properties is a full-service residential and commercial real estate company providing all things real estate. I'm Jonathan Cottrell, broker and partner of Elizabethtown Properties. Reach out to me personally at 832-368-4184 or email me at jonathan@elizabethtownprop.com.
Did you miss us? We're back. Live from the ECU of Texas studios, the Galactic Coast Power Hour with John Ennis and Mighty Mike Taylor.
That is right. You are listening to the Galactic Coast Power Hour. We're visiting with the fellas from Houston's Local Group Brewing. That would be Michael, Todd, and I'm just going to call you Huggy Bear. Sorry.
Hey, no,
yeah, James, Huggy Bear Wolfe.
I think that's his name, man. Huggy Bear.
That's his name. That's what my business card says.
Mr. Bear.
So I guess when we went to break, I was teasing the fact that I've noticed that you all seem to already be. I mean, I consider the whole Houston, Galveston brewing community brothers and sisters in brew, right? I mean, it seems like everybody really gets along, and you guys are obviously probably feel the same way because I noticed you've already partnered up with a number of Houston area breweries and done collaborations. Of course, obviously with Huggy Bear's got a history with some of them, but
yeah,
and you've already partnered up with Holler and Great Heights and No Label and Astriel, who's that's a brewery that caught obviously we love the space theme, right? So
they were good guests.
Actually, we haven't had them yet.
No, who did we have? Who was?
Sorry, I should have gone with you. But no, but we have visited the brewery. At least Sylvia and I did.
I thought we already had Astral.
Oh, we had. I know who you're thinking of. It was actually 3 NASA guys.
Oh, True Anomaly.
Yeah, True Anomaly. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse them, but yeah, they were awesome. Yes, True Anomaly was.
Yeah. He was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've doing some collabs. I wanted to do before we started just to kind of work with. I've always wanted to do it since I've been in the industry for a while. I've wanted to do a brewer exchange program where you go and you brew with someone else for the day, and then later on they come and brew with you for the day because you always learn something when you're talking. There's a lot of there's Craft Brewers Guild in Houston, in Texas, and there's Houston meetings every month. And so you go, and I always learn something every time I go. I'm talking to someone, hey, our keg washer's doing this, or hey, when we're brewing this beer, we got this hops. So there's always something that you're learning. And so I've always wanted to brew with other people and just suck up knowledge, share knowledge kind of thing.
Check out their system.
Yeah.
Find a shortcut.
And exactly. Everyone does something a little bit different.
The keg washer's having problems, but the manual's in Chinese. All those deals.
Exactly. So and then the brewing community especially is very friendly. You don't see that. You don't see tow truck drivers get together and have a beer and help each other out. Like, hey, you got a spare jack or something?
Knife fights.
So I wanted to.
When they get together, there's blood.
Yeah, there's
beer.
Blood. Yeah. Blood, not beer.
So I wanted to celebrate that, and then also do the same thing, and just take that opportunity to work with other people. And so, before we were open, we had some time, and we did collabs with Holler and Great Heights, Astral, No Label, and
Bailison.
That's right.
Bailison. I was going to mention. I can't leave anybody out. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so we get to go and brew something. When we all learn something. I learned something. Brewing with them, and then they learn something brewing with me. So it was a win-win. And then we go out when they do their release, and we bring some people out that wouldn't normally be associate with their brand necessarily, but they're fans of us, and then this vice versa. We get some new fans from them too, and then help each other out too.
Rising tide floats all boats, man.
Oh yeah,
win-win,
for sure.
win-win. Yeah.
And we're going to continue that when we open too. We're going to do the same thing and try to do more collabs at our place and other places. You know, it's hard to get away. So.
Do y'all have a taproom manager yet?
Yes, we do. We just hired one.
Who's doing that?
Yeah, we hired Anne-Marie. She just started with us the day after the chef, actually.
Wow.
So, yeah, she's got some great experience.
Y'all pulled a twofer, huh?
Later we did. And
Acting fast, man.
Yeah.
There it is, man.
And she was right back at St. Arnold's last night. We went for our first team beers. So, yeah, it was like
Nice.
they both started. And then what's the first thing you got to do is go for beers as a team. So went there and hung out. But, yeah, she came from St. Arnold. She was doing event coordinating there. Super excited to have her. She's got a lot of experience, a lot of ideas, so great to have her on board.
So it kind of sounds like you're putting together some kind of all-star team.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is that what I'm saying here? Is that what I'm picking
Because
up?
she's
The super friend.
I know for a fact that both of those people are used to growth. So
Oh yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Excellent, man.
That's a good call.
So, tap room. Okay, so we're talking about tap room. I mean, are you going to have a couple taps, or how's that going to play out? I mean, I assume
Yeah.
people are going to be able to drink on site, maybe?
485
Yeah.
times.
So we have
572.
So we're gonna be the brew pub. So we
See, I started low. Like, are you going to have a
Yeah,
tap?
you're gonna
Mike's
brew
going-
1 gallon batches so you can have extra reserves. This beer is so rare. Nobody wants to drink it.
yeah, we'll have
So 1 pint.
we'll have we have a 10-barrel system, and then we'll have serving brights as well.
Okay.
So we're gonna have 8 of the taps will be connected directly to the tanks.
Oh,
And then the other one's distribution
For the taps.
or tax.
Yeah, so we'll do some self-distro as well to bars around town. We're not going to serve other people's beer because we want a self-distro, and you can't do both in
Exactly.
in
That's
Texas.
true, yeah.
That's true.
So, but we are going to have wine and cider on tap and some cold brew coffee.
Loophole.
Yeah, so we can do that. Plus, we want to sell to go. So we're going to do that too. So we'll sell beer to go. We'll do a little self-distro, and then we'll have beer on tap too.
So you are going with a brewpub license, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
beer, wine, and then the
No-brainer.
brewpub edition, and then a self-distribution addition to that. So.
Yep.
And actually,
There you go.
I think when you're brew pub, you don't even have to have that special DA permit that we learned. We started as a production brewery.
I think now you have to have some kind of a distribution permit, correct? To
Or
even
maybe,
take it.
maybe a carrier's permit.
You have a carrier's permit,
But
yeah.
we had to have both a carrier's permit, and we had to have a permit that our TABC rep didn't even know.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was a big thing.
A year and a half into our license,
big
it
thing in
shows
Texas
up.
after the 2013 law changes. They made a new permit. Everything was positive. The brew pub became the license to go to, but they're still, like us.
But that put additions onto us because we were a B license.
Yeah,
we were a production brewery.
we were a first
so.
tier, so we had to get a special DA, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
DA,
he shows up.
district attorney. Like,
we're going to need
permit.
close to $1,000 for y'all to continue doing this.
And technically, you all should have had this for a year now.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know.
But he was
the
like,
TABC
so
people
we can
didn't
just
even
keep
know.
it quiet. I was like, who do you work for? Is this? Hey, Don McConey came to me and said, he don't like y'all brewing beer. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, man.
That was crazy.
The
But
good old
yeah, the
early
carrier
days.
permit was cheap. That was super cheap, so that's not too big of a deal.
No, the brew
Yeah.
pub's no brainer. I mean, unless you're within a certain distance of a church or something. I mean, it's
So
Right,
seven brights, 6 of
8
them?
brights.
8 brights.
8 brights.
Oh, so you have 2 for production and 6 for the line?
We'll have all 8 for serving out of.
Mike's sketching your whole brew house
I
in
am,
his
yeah,
mind
yeah.
right now too. Yeah,
Yeah, so we're gonna
10 barrel
so-
system. Is it direct fire? Is
You
it,
said
gas?
6 of them were going to be connected to the
8 of them.
taps.
8 of them.
All 8.
Yeah, so
All
we'll have 8 serving
okay.
brights directly to the taps, and then we're going to have 6 more spots for kegs when we'll have 20 taps when we start, and then so that'd be 8 for the tank, 6 for kegs, 3 for wine, 1 for cider, 1 for nitro, 1 for a CO2 line for our crowler machine, and then a cold brew coffee. I think that's 20.
Sounds pretty.
And then we
strong,
can
man.
expand. We can expand after that. I think our installer told us with our spacing, we can get about 39 taps if we want.
Nice.
How many?
Wow.
How
It's
many?
amazing how things have
How many
changed, right?
brights on premise total?
So 8 brights.
Just 8 total,
Okay,
not
correct.
just serving, but for the brewery.
So
as
those
well.
are the serving, and then we'll keg out of those serving brights on demand. So we'll have
Okay, so you'll close them for production when you're aging like a production beer.
Yeah. So we may, so one of them may,
Right.
say,
So you'll rotate.
say
There'll
we
be
do
like 7 open at a time as you're getting one out.
right, yeah, exactly. So we're doing like a Russian
I'm just trying to
style.
figure out how you're doing production with 8 brights connected to taps. I mean, that doesn't leave any room for kegs. I'm
Very
just trying
concerned about that
I'm trying to
extra
figure this
bright
out. Yeah. No, I know how to age beer. I'm like, this doesn't work.
Right, we'll have the tanks, and then as they get low, we'll keg off the rest of the tank, clean it, put the next beer
What
through.
I do like though is the fact the beer's connected to the bright. I guarantee you, when I'm there, that's what I'm going to be drinking.
Yeah.
Because there was never anything better than the beer from the bright tank. I mean, that's the ultimate one source. That's got me excited though, because not a lot of people do that, man.
No, there's only a few breweries in town that do that
directly to the brights.
At least not do that for the public. A lot of people within the brewery drink out of the bright.
St. Arnold does it, but it's not every one of their beers is connected to a bright. Matter of fact, today I don't even know if they have any connected to brights on the.
Yeah, because they got that separated with the beer garden. And it's kind of
you know who would know the answer to that? Their new tap manager,
right?
Their new tap manager. She could probably lay out their whole system. Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's just Holler and True Anomaly.
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Okay. You know, I haven't.
Sorry, 10 barrels. 10 barrels. How many fermenters?
4 fermenters.
4 fermenters.
It's right now, yeah.
That's a good number. So, what size are the fermenters?
10s and 20s.
10s and so you can double brew.
So we can double brew,
into some of those. Save
That's
some
a
yeast.
lot of beer, though.
Yeah, dude, it is.
10 barrels is like 2,000 pints.
Dude, I know, man. When we started getting into even better quality, it was like almost exciting how much beer you had going. You were like, do you know how much beer that is?
Yeah.
But I mean, people take for granted, when they hear, because they always hear these mega breweries, they're doing 800 barrels at a time, and then they're like, "What is your system? 10 barrels?" It's like, no, dude, that's a lot of fucking liquid, man. I mean, this is not anything to be shied away at for sure.
Yeah, so we'll do some self distro to some bars around us, and some of the craft beer bars around town as well. Kind of like a, help us. Get the name out.
Marketing.
Yeah, it's marketing.
It's no-brainer.
And then it's them. It's new beer. So, the craft beer bars are always looking for new stuff, too. So It's a win-win.
Very nice. And I guess nowadays you can kind of, with some of the yeast at play now, you can kind of turn things around a lot quicker maybe than you could back in our day, I guess,
I'm sorry. So you can brew like 3 times a week, right? That's like your maximum. That's what you can do is like 3 times a week, huh?
Well, we have 4 fermenters, so we could do.
If you were burning, if
I was doing 2-week turns,
we're
doing 2-week turns. I could do twice a week,
and the doubles, yeah.
Plus the doubles, yeah. So I could do. 3 a week.
With your, what do you got, 7-day turnaround on the primaries before you go into bright? 7, 8?
Well, it's probably gonna push longer than that. I want to make sure.
Respect.
Right.
Yeah.
So now
Good
you got
answer,
4.
good answer.
Now you got 4 that you're rotating. So now it's like maybe 2-3 times a week.
Possibly. We'll probably start a little slower than that, just based on sales.
For sure. No, I'm trying to think of mass the whole deal.
But yeah,
right?
we got it planned out.
Going full bore, probably like 2 or 3, just with what you have, though, right?
Yeah. Well, we have room in the cellar to expand to 12 fermenters.
Nice.
So at one point we can get to 12.
Your tank farms good for 12,
and then we're kind of maxed
20s?
out. 12 20s. Yeah.
You'll never brew that much. You'll never be able to.
Maybe not.
Yeah, that's
a lot of beer.
What I'm saying is that's good. That's good
that you're
that far ahead.
We're planning for success, not for failure.
Right. That sounds cool. I'm excited. I want to see this place.
Yeah. We have you check our social media. We got a lot of behind the scenes right now, and we're going to be adding to that, especially as we keep going forward.
Right.
Excellent. So, we understand everything's fluid and all with timetables and stuff. You think before the end of the year? When do you have a target, or just shut up, John? Next question. What?
It's a really good question. We've changed. How many times have we changed the opening date now?
Yeah, we thought we were going to open Jan 2019.
Yeah,
no worries, man. I get it.
I would say we're hoping to open in January.
Yeah. Fair enough. Good answer. Good answer. I like that.
Yeah, and I think there's a January coming up, so targeting that date.
Mike always says, the beer tells you when it's ready. It doesn't tell.
Yeah.
You don't.
You can tell it all you want, but
So
until it's ready, it's not.
Understood. Yeah.
I just need the beer to tell the city when we're ready.
Right.
Man, that's one thing we didn't have to go through was the city. And the main city I feared was fucking Houston, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Houston's strong. We learned
Yeah. The strongest red tape you ever had to cut through in your life, huh? Yeah. How much do we owe you? We got to figure that out.
Now, for the record, that is Money Mike Taylor, not a representative of Local Group Brewing.